Hey everybody, Dylan Distraction here, coming to you live from Batlantic Studios. Thought I'd do a quick back to drawing board, talk about comic books, show you on my drawing table, and continue working on this Grendel piece. I love Matt Wagner's Grendel, and so I loosely penciled this. I wouldn't even call it penciling. And just decided to go in and crush it with the inks. And just kind of have fun with it. So that's what I'm doing. And so far, there's already some things I'm regretting that I have to change. But other than that, it's going great. I'm going to really try to get all these folds and clothes down. That's the thing about Grendel is he's just a bunch of clothes. So not a lot of musculature. I mean, you have to kind of know where the muscles are, I guess, to render it. But I'm going to 50-50 it, which means I'm going to kind of just render it light to dark. That's what I call it. I don't know what it's really called, but if you think about like a cylinder, right? There's a dark side and a light side. Sometimes there's a secondary bounce light. It's like a rim light, they call it. But I'm gonna not do that on this. It's gonna be black, rendered out to light. So I don't always work like that. Often what I'll do is I'll put a character on a black background so there'll be a lot of rim light to kind of set them off. Set it off, as Madball would say. But with this one, I'm just gonna go dark to light. So this area under here will be dark. And really when drawing folds, things I think about leather, right? So if you think about how leather folds, it's a thicker fold, right? Like if you took a piece of leather and you wrapped it and bent it, have a big thick bend. If you took a piece of paper and you folded it, you can get a real thin bend. So different sort of fabrics that are different thicknesses, right? If you think paper is the thinnest and leather is one of the thickest, right? Like if they're wearing a cape made out of leather, or would have a different bend than say a vinyl, right? Or fleece, right? Fleece might have a thicker bend, but I think leather's probably the thickest. So I'm gonna kind of go in between, right? So it's not super sharp bends like denim, but maybe kind of more of a thicker. And this will be the black side over here, so might as well put that in now. This might look cool. This might come out cool, or it might be a total disaster. You know, that's kind of my motto. Does he have a belt? I don't think so. I'm looking at my reference here. Yeah, what's my reference say? No belt. A line down the middle of his boot, though. I didn't think of that. Should probably put that in. Such a cool character. Yeah, I think Matt Wagner is one of those people that I look to as an independent comic book creator who's managed to work for publishers for years. Guys, you know, Grendel's 40 years old at this point. And then he can dip in and do creator own. And then with his own, you know, Mage or Grendel, and then dip back in and do Batman, you know, and then dip out and do something else. Devil's Odyssey, which I thought was awesome. I love how he works with his son, who's a colorist, Brennan. I think his name's Brennan. And just so inspiring, because I'm I want to do that. I want to be able to draw my own characters, and then hey, maybe work on a project with something more well-known, and then dip back out, work on my own stuff. And I think that's what a lot of the artists that I'm a fan of are able to do. You know, like Greg Capullo. There's another one he's right now. He's working on Creech, which is his creator-owned book, and then he'll do Batman again, I'm sure. Yeah, he's working on Batman, Spawn, and then dip out and work on some creator-owned thing. Worked with Mark Millar on Reborn, which I looked at, but I didn't read. I'm a Mark Millar fan. I love Mark Millar's work, or Mark Miller. And, but I didn't read that one. It just, I don't know. I tried. Just didn't connect with it. But I love his writing. I love his work. And I'm sure it was just a matter of me not being in the right headspace at the time. That's the thing about comic books, is that there have been books that I just couldn't put down. Black Hammer, Jeff Lemire's Black Hammer. Just couldn't stop reading that one. I'm like, this is the greatest thing ever. And then there's books I just didn't get into where I'm like, I don't know, it's just not catching me. And often it's just the headspace I'm in. Sometimes it's the content, obviously, it just doesn't speak to me. But, that's not anything against the work. There's just so much stuff out right now, I can't stay on top of everything. And nor would I want to. It's not, a lot of it's just not stuff I'm interested in. All right, so it's coming in here, really punching up that shadow zone. Get into the shadow zone, as Dr. Midnighter would say. The shade, shadow zone, the shadow realm. It's always tough when I have a really hard-edged, like this staff right here in the middle. I just work my way around the whole time. Just going good. I'm going to give myself a 6 out of 10. Let's see if I can make it a 9 out of 10. We'll see. Stay tuned. Same bat time, same bat channel. All right, I'm going to keep working on this. We'll call this one worked on for now. Tune in tomorrow or whenever I post the next installment of this. Grendel by Dylan Andrews of Matt Wagner's Grendel. DylanDistraction.com is my YouTube channel. MakeComicsCool.com, my Patreon. BatlanticStore.com if you want to get my new sketchbook edition, Ink It Up 2022, or anything else. I got a bunch of books up there and do commissions and everything. So BatlanticStore.com. Support artists. Support my work if you like it and enjoy it. Buy something. I'd appreciate it. All right, cool. Tune in and see how it goes. Bye.